Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to start reading of chapter number 1, Computer Hardware Components, from page number 14, and we will discuss last topic of this chapter, that is storage devices. Storage devices store information until it is deleted or overwritten by the user. We basically use storage devices in order to store information until we delete that information or that particular information is overwritten by the user. And the most commonly used storage devices are as following, and we will discuss these one by one. Firstly, we will discuss hard disk. Hard disk is a magnetic storage device used to store and retrieve data. It is generally embedded within the disk itself or housed in a separate box external to the computer. So basically, hard disk is a magnetic storage device that is used to store data and then retrieve the data as well. And it is generally embedded within the disk itself. Mostly hard disk is embedded within the disk. Disk के inside हम इसको embed करते हैं और housed in a separate box that is external to the computer. So it is basically can be employed as external or internal depending upon the requirement. It is made up of a collection of disks known as platters stacked on top of each other. So hard disk is a non-volatile data storage device, and in hard disk it is made up of a collection of disks that is known as a platter. That means stacked on top of each other. So the disks are stacked on top of each other in order to make a platter, and platter is formed by collection of disks. Data is written to the platters using a magnetic head which moves rapidly over them as they spin. So how can we write the data to the platter? We write the data with the help of a magnetic head that moves over them as they spin. जैसे जैसे हम उसको spin करेंगे, जो magnetic head है, it will move over them rapidly, and then the data is written over the disk. And each platter consists of the read-write heads on both the sides for reading the data. The data are stored on the disk in a thin concentric bands called tracks, and track numbers start at 0, and the track 0 is the outermost track of the disk. See, this is the diagram of a track. Here a number of tracks are represented with the help of numbers ranging from 0, 1, 2 and so on. Here the outermost track, that is track 0, it is the outermost track of the disk, and as we move inside, the number increases by 1. 0, track 1, this is track 2, track 3 and track 4. Track 4 is the innermost track and track 0 is the outermost track of the disk. Outer tracks are bigger in size than the inner tracks, but they contain the same number of sectors and have equal storage capacity. This is because the storage density is high in sectors of inner tracks, whereas the bits are sparsely arranged in sectors of outer tracks. Each track is divided into sections called sector, and sector is the smallest physical storage unit on the disk. See, this is here diagrammatic representation of sector. This is track 0 and sector 0. This is track 0, sector 1. Track 0, sector 2. Track 0, sector 3. Track 0, sector 4. Track 0, sector 5. Track 0, sector 6. Track 0, sector 7. So basically, a magnetic disk contains several platters, and that is made up from aluminum ceramic coated with magnetic materials such as iron oxide. And a disk is usually divided into tracks, sectors and cylinders. It is made up of collection of disks known as the platters, that is formed by stacking disks on top of each other, and each platter consists of two read-write heads on both the sides for reading the stored data. All the read-write heads are attached to the single access arm so that they do not work independently. Each platter has the same number of tracks to store data. Tracks are divided into sections called sectors, and a track location that cuts across all platters is called cylinder. Cylinder consists of set of tracks that are at the same head position on the disk, and tracks of the same distance from center form a cylinder. See, this is the representation of a cylinder on a disk. Tracks of the same distance from the center, they form the cylinder, and here this is the cylinder 1, this one, and this is the cylinder 2. So cylinder consists of a set of tracks that are at same head position on the disk, and data is accessed in a random access manner in a disk. So individual blocks of data can be stored and retrieved in any order. Hard disk is also known as Winchester disk. This name comes from an early type of disk drive developed by IBM in 1973, an early removable disk drive from IBM that puts the head and platters in a sealed unit for greater speed. So, a Winchester disk is basically a early removable disk drive that puts the head and platters in a single unit for greater speed. And Winchester disk had 30 MB of fixed storage and 30 MB of removable storage. Next is CD-ROM. A CD-ROM stands for Compact Disc Read-Only Memory. Read-only means you cannot change the pre-recorded information stored on the disk. It is a type of optical disk capable of storing large amount of data, information, software, etc. So CD-ROM means compact disk read-only memory. Read-only means you cannot change the pre-recorded information. जो भी information आपकी pre-recorded है disk पे आप उसको change नहीं कर सकते. It is a type of optical disk that is capable of storing large amount of data, information, software, etc. It is a type of read-only memory, and it is a portable storage medium that can be used to record, store, and play audio, video, and other data in a digital form. Today, most of the software like audio, video, graphics, and multimedia presentations are found on CDs. The data from a CD is accessed using a CD drive. So if you want to access the data that is being recorded on a CD, you have to use the CD drive. The storage capacity varies from 650 MB to 900 MB. The speed of a CD-ROM drive is called data transfer rate. So the speed of a CD-ROM drive is called data transfer rate, and it is measured in kilobytes per second. How many kilobytes has been transferred in a second? That is the data transfer rate of the CD drive. There are two types of CD-ROMs. CDR, compact disc recordable. CDRW, compact disc rewritable. Firstly, we will discuss CDR, compact disc recordable. These discs can only record the data once and then the data becomes permanent on the disk. The disk cannot be recorded onto a second time. आपने एक बार उसमें डाटा रिकॉर्ड कर लिया, नेक्स्ट टाइम आप उसमें डाटा रिकॉर्ड नहीं कर सकते. जो भी डाटा आपने उस पर रिकॉर्ड किया है, दैट बिकम्स परमानेंट ऑन दैट डिस्क. CDRW, that is compact disk rewritable. Basically, it is an erasable disk that can be reused. So you can reuse it again and again. The data on a CDRW disk can be erased and recorded over numerous times. So you can erase the data and then reuse that particular disk for storing new data onto it. Next, we will discuss third storage device, that is DVD, Digital Versatile Disk. Invented in 1995, DVD has become a very popular data storage device. Initially, it was called Digital Video Disk, which was later changed to Digital Versatile Disk. DVDs are optical discs with much larger storage capacity as compared to CD. So, DVD was invented in 1995 and it became a very popular data storage device. Initially, when it was invented, it was called Digital Video Disc, but later on its name changed to Digital Versatile Disc. DVDs basically is a optical disc that has the larger storage capacity if we compare it to the CD. DVD can store high quality video, audio and other kind of digital information. So you can use DVD to store high quality videos, audios and other information. DVDs are available in single and double-sided versions. A DVD can store 6 times more data than a CD. So DVDs are available in both single and double-sided version and it can store 6 times more data than a CD. It is a digital optical disc data storage format that was invented in 1995, but it was released in late 1996. Moreover, DVDs offers higher storage capacity than compact disc while having the same dimensions. The data transmission rate of a DVD is much faster than that of CD, approximately 15 times faster. So, data transfer rate of DVD is 15 times faster than the CD. A DVD can hold 4.7 GB to 17 GB of data. So, DVD's capacity is ranging from 4.7 gigabyte to 17 gigabyte of data. Like a CD-ROM, a DVD is also available in many versions such as DVD-R, DVD-RW, DVD plus R and DVD plus RW. Firstly, we will discuss DVD minus R. It can be used to record data. Once a DVD-R has been written to, it cannot be written to again. एक बार आपने उसमें डाटा स्टोर कर लिया, नेक्स्ट टाइम आप उस डाटा को इरेज करके न्यू डाटा स्टोर नहीं कर सकते. So it can only be written once. Next is DVD minus RW. It can be erased and written to again. DVD RW disk must be erased in order for new data to be added. So it is an erasable disk that can be reused again and again. DVD plus R. It is also a recordable DVD format, but it does not carry the DVD logo and it can be written many times. And DVD plus RW, it is a high capacity format that was developed as a competitor to DVD minus RW format. It was invented in 2001. It do not come in double-sided or double-layer versions.